Alright, so we're gonna make another video on this Hyundai Azera, right? Because there's not that many videos on these cars, and we're doing an ABS pump on it. I made video 1, video 2 talking about the brakes and everything else. I'm not gonna bore you talking about that again. I'm gonna show you the ABS. So if you've ever had a problem with the ABS unit on your Hyundai Azera, this video might benefit you to watch. Apparently they're known for having kind of faulty brake systems. This is the ABS pump that we took out of it, and it has a different part number. This one is like, I don't know how well y'all could see that. TGESP 1006. This one is TGESC/RC. So it's a different fuel, it's a different number, but I'm not the Hyundai expert. I don't really think that matters. What really matters is that the lines up top seem to match. So here's your front right, front left, right rear, and I'm assuming, yeah, right left, right here. So right left, right rear, front left, front right. So that's the way that the lines are going to go in, and then you obviously have your 2 lines for your master cylinder that you see. I've already transferred all the stuff that was on here, like all the cut lines, onto the old one. I'm going to be putting the new ones on. I'm not putting those on yet because I have to attach these lines first, and then I'll do those last. I'll walk over to the video and show you that. Those small lines right here are going to be 11s. 11 millimeter, and these ones for the master cylinder are a 14 millimeter. You're gonna use a 10 millimeter. I'm using an 8 and 10 flex head ratchet wrench, but this is a 10 millimeter for cracking the bleeders loose when you bleed it. To release the bracket, you're going to use a 12 millimeter. So I got a 12 and 14 here. You're going to want a set of pliers, a pair of snips. On this guy right here, it has the bracket underneath it, and it has these rubber grommets. And those rubber grommets come with 2 little washers that I'm about to go get for you over here. Okay, so you might want to put this on now so you don't have to when you're in the vehicle. So those 2 rubber grommets and these little 10 millimeters hold the pump to the pump bracket. I'm going to have to set the phone down for 1 second. Okay, so those 2 bolts go there, the little rubber grommets. Then it has a rubber grommet on the bottom that this piece snaps into. The rubber grommets, the washer, and the bolt there. So that's what holds the bracket. The bracket has 1 bolt on the bottom and another one here up top. You'll see that little kind of hook here to help you hold it in place. The guys at the junkyard marked it, so we'll be installing the one from the junkyard that they marked. We'll be installing those lines. I want to show you guys in here what's going on. So in here we have your passenger rear, right? Your passenger driver rear. So passenger rear, driver rear. This is passenger front, and then this is driver front right here. You can see the driver front. It goes right in through there, right out to the front driver's side wheel. The passenger front goes that way over to the passenger, and then these two go down under and out to the back wheels. And then you're obviously going to attach to your master cylinder. You're going to disconnect your brake fluid sensor, brake fluid level sensor. That'll go there. The bracket's going to come down in this hole. I had to move the harness, detach it from here where it was screwed, from there, and just gently move it back out of the way this way. And that gives you room because the harness sits pretty close over here and it's in your way. And that gives you room to get in there. Here's your electrical plug from the harness to the ABS pump. And this, I don't know how well y'all can see that in here. This has that arm that will bend back and snap all the way down in place to lock on, and bend back to come off. And so another thing is, when you put the pump in, you want to attach this first and then bolt it down to the frame. When you bolt it down to the frame, there's your 12 millimeter nut that goes there, and then in the threaded hole in the bottom, and the top hole is for the little hook to latch onto. And then down there you go. Right there's the hole for the bottom bracket bolt. So you got that one and this one. And you're obviously going to remove your air filter box, your throttle body tube, your air filter box, which is going to have a 10 millimeter there, a 10 millimeter here, so one there, and another one up top here, right there. So you have 1, 2, 3. The bottom of the air box comes out. Disconnect your mass airflow sensor from the air box, your air rubber intake tube. That's the easy part. Get that out of the way. Pull the harness gently back. Don't be too rough with it. You could break a wire in the harness. Get your ABS pump out. I used a 12 flex head ratchet wrench to get it out on top, and on the bottom I went through and let me get a light on the bottom. I went through from the bottom here and just kind of like put the wrench in under through here to get to that bottom bolt. And then obviously you're going to bleed them all. These are 10 millimeters to bleed all these. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is ready to get dropped in. I'm going to need someone to help me pump the pedal and bleed it. So I'm going to install this tonight and have someone help me bleed it tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully everything should be working as should, right? We've done everything right, and we're going to be installing this thing again. And that thing should be on the road with all new brakes. Anyways, my forehead light is about dead, so I'm going to have to work without it. But thanks for watching. This is video part 3. ABS pump. The first videos first video part 1 and part 2 kind of talked about the brakes, and then this last one talks most focused on the ABS pump itself. You do have an ABS module that could possibly be bad. I like to be optimistic and say that it was the pump that failed, and hopefully he doesn't have to buy an ABS module and this fixes the problem and the guy's back on the road. He's a nice guy. I like him, trying to help him out here. So fingers crossed, tomorrow we bleed it, everything works as should, and he can have his car back. If you have a Hyundai Azera 2007, 2008, whatever, the one we got from the junkyard was the 2008, pretty much same thing on yours. We were able to get it at the junkyard for $100 used, and it's about $200 labor to remove and install it. That should give you an idea of what you're looking at to replace the power steering ABS pump. And you're gonna want to buy some brake fluid, obviously, to bleed the system. Anyways, I'm tired, in case you can't tell. Long day, long night. Thanks for watching. God bless y'all.